Back here, first things first, we're going viral. Former Ohio State quarterback Tate Martell has gained immediate eligibility by the NCAA to play for the Miami Hurricanes this season. And former Miami quarterback recruit Alex Rodriguez was excited about the news, tweeting, "Can't wait, let's go."
See, this guy was, I think, the #1 player in the country out of high school.
At one point.
At one point. So, but with your experience with him being at Ohio State briefly, how good of a player is he for Miami Hurricanes?
Tate Martell's a very good player. Dual threat quarterback, can throw it and run it. Is a little bit undersized. Came out of a great program. Bishop Gorman out of Las Vegas was a champion there. So, yes, they have improved their roster. Tate Martell, he is a baller. Keep your eyes on him.
Remember, they were trying to get Jalen Hurts to transfer to the University of Miami. They get Tate Martell instead. The guy was one of the stars coming out of high school, and they haven't heard much from him.
And then, obviously, not important at all, has a great name. Great quarterback name.
Tate Martell? Oh, no, that matters.
You want that guy.
That absolutely matters, Jenna. Good point. First one of the day.
Time for stories to start your morning, brought to you by the unexpected energy of ExxonMobil. So after rumors of joining the Lakers, Doc Rivers said yesterday he has already agreed to a multi-year extension with the Clippers. Well timed. Nick, what did you make of this?
I thought it was very interesting that the extension he signed 10 months ago with the Clippers had an opt-out for this summer. And this new extension, while, you said earlier that you had heard they had been working on it and it was in place, hadn't been signed. I wonder if they went to that contract and scribbled out, instead of $11 million, it's now $12 million per year. It was a very, I think, interestingly timed leak that worked in Doc's favor because, as I've been led to believe, the contract was not signed until yesterday, even if it was in place. So now it's not just a 2-year extension. It is a multi-year extension, keeping Doc with the Clippers, and this is great for their recruitment of Kawhi Leonard this summer.
Yes, Doc's not leaving. Jerry West is not going to let him to leave. Steve Ballmer's not going to allow him to leave. He's happy in his job. And if he was to be a free agent, why would we just think that the Lakers? Man, there'll be a handful of teams want Doc Rivers on the sideline. Good move by Doc. Happy for him. Watch out. Kawhi.
I was just going to say.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Big news.
Big night for D'Angelo Russell last night. He had 44 points, including 27 in the fourth quarter, in a win over the Kings. CeCe, how impressive was D'Angelo's night?
Oh, he's nasty, man. Just give him the trophy, man. We don't need to play these last few games and everything. Most improved in the NBA. Lakers gave up on him. Magic Johnson said he wasn't a good leader, couldn't lead his ball club. Last night, down 25, one of the great fourth quarters you'll ever want to see. Doing it from the lefty side, so it's always different when you see someone who shoots it lefty. But, man, much respect to how he's grown his game, made some big mistakes on and off the court as a young player. Right now emerged this year making his first All-Star.
And there's some revisionist history that, the Lakers had to move on from him to create the space for LeBron. No, they did not. The Lakers could have held on to him. Instead, they sold incredibly low on the #2 overall pick. He's now becoming the guy people thought he would be coming out of college. One note on the game last night, because as you mentioned, down 25 going into the fourth quarter.
Yes.
In the shot clock era, teams down 25 plus going into the fourth were 3 and 3,028.
Oh, my God.
And the Nets got the win last night.
Wow.
He was extraordinary.
All right, to the NFL now.
Go ahead,
The
Jenna.
Cowboys have reportedly signed former Packer Randall Cobb to a 1-year, $5 million deal. Dallas needed a pass catcher. Cobb catches passes. Smart pickup, CeCe?
Oh, absolutely. He increases their overall speed, the veteran experience that they have. I like the fact that also, if Michael Gallup, if he doesn't emerge the way he was last season, or he gets nicked, or Amari Cooper gets nicked and they miss a series, miss a game or two, Randall Cobb can step in as a starter and be able to fill that void. Great locker room guy, can play all 3 positions. You can also line him up in the backfield. He has shown in Green Bay he could run the ball and come out of the backfield and run pass routes. I like it. I like to add him to the mix in Dallas.
No character questions. No what is his top-end production questions. Questions for him or injury, more so than with your typical player. Last year, he had that monster game in week 1, then didn't have more than 45 yards in any game moving forward. But the other thing I like for Dallas is they now have a receiving core that makes perfect sense. Stud #1 in Amari Cooper, a guy that they drafted in the top 100 picks in Michael Gallup to be your #2, and a veteran slot receiver that's way better than Cole Beasley, who in a pinch, like you said, can go play on the outside. Is a great move at a great value for the Cowboys.
All right, on to the Raiders now. They've certainly been busy this offseason. Their latest addition, signing controversial linebacker Vontaze Burfict to a one-year deal. Burfict has been suspended multiple times for a dirty play. One of those suspensions for a dirty hit on new Raider Antonio Brown back in 2015. AB commented on the move on Twitter, saying, just talk to Vontaze, black and silver, baby, hashtag Raider Nation, hashtag bully season. See, what'd you make of this pickup?
Well, I'm glad AB talked to him, because I would have a problem playing with them. Because the one thing that I've learned in being associated with the NFL for as long as I have, and that being over 30 years, that the game is a violent game. But there is a brotherhood that's involved with the game that's really, really special. And me and guys that have played, man, we have endearing friendships, and we're able to tell stories and everything. The reason why was because we're able to enjoy the league. And we believe in playing hard, and we believe in playing fair. And Vontaze Burfict, he is not a part of that brotherhood, because you can't take the type of liberties that he has taken, where he was playing a certain position and went out of his way to cheap shot a guy. And most of the time, it's always when a guy is not looking.
It's most vulnerable.
And anyone, I know people would be like, oh man, it's good when he's on your team and it's bad when he's on the opposition. No, it's not. We're trying to outrule. We're trying to take this out of pro football. People talk about in suburban areas why kids aren't playing football, why their parents are keeping them out of football, is because of stuff like that. No one is signed up to take a hit like that. And all the rules have prevented players, and players have trained themselves so that, no, I'm not in that position. And Vontaze Burfict, what has he done? Through being suspended, repeatedly fined and warned by coaches, teammates, and everything, he has continued to just run through the red light as if it does not exist. This is not the 60s. And I went back and talked to one of the great linebackers who ever played this game, Willie Lanier. And he always talks about playing the game the right way. And this guy wouldn't even be accepted of playing football in the 60s. So why should I, in this day and age where we're trying to encourage kids to play the game that I love, that they would allow someone on the field who does not believe that same way? He does not take into consideration, oh, this is a brotherhood. He doesn't care. The rules have changed. He has been warned. And he has repeatedly not abided by the corrections that other players.
He doesn't change his behavior at all.
So for me, AB, you're a better man than me. All right, we're in this new era. Yeah, it might be bully season. But that dude right there, those hits right there could have ended my career.
The one on AB could have ended his life.
And I'm going to say like Russell Westbrook, because it's something people are familiar with. What he told that person in the stands who said those horrible things to him, man, if a dude hit me like that and I happen to get up from it, man, but I swear on everything that means something to me in this earth, me and that dude gonna have a problem, and we're gonna never be able to be in the same locker room. So I don't know what John Gruden and them are doing. I've been in a lot of locker rooms. I know a good atmosphere. I understand the brotherhood. I've been with guys who've been knocked out, and we've been praying for them, hoping that. I was on the field when a dude died, Corey Stringer. Don't tell me this ain't important. This is how I made my living. This has changed a multitude of families. This changed my mama's life, changed my sister's lives, my brother's lives. And to have him arbitrarily, we're going to put him on the field? No, he ain't going to be no teammate of mine. And if they had signed him, I'd be in the front office today telling him the same thing. And if he want to have a conversation with me, I'd be telling him to his face.
He cannot control himself. That's what makes him so dangerous. This guy was going to be a top 15 pick at Arizona State. Why was his draft situation the way it was? Where he was a 7th round pick or undrafted. He fell all the way. I think he was undrafted. If not, he was a 7th round pick by the Bengals. Why? Because he was wildly reckless and dirty at Arizona State. That play on Antonio Brown. I'm good friends with the guy that was on that team, one of the leaders of that Cincinnati Bengals team. They had just taken the lead. That was a playoff game. They had just taken a lead. This team leader goes up to Vontaze before that drive, grabs him, and says, "We will win this game as long as you do not get a personal foul." Got it. Listen, we will win this game as long as you don't get a personal foul. Because Vontaze had a great game in there. He'd returned, I think he'd forced a fumble, returned it for a touchdown. What does Vontaze do 5 minutes later? That. Chris, before you and I knew each other, and we've got the play here, a play that went under the radar. I watched you on another network talk about a play everyone missed. That was it Max Williams? And I think we can show it like where this is nothing to do with the play, what he does at the bottom of your screen. You'll be able to see it better here.
Vontaze Burfict in the middle of the field. He called the defense. He sees the running back go to the right. He sees the quarterback throw to the right. But he decides to take the liberty and come out of his zone and hit a guy up under the chin with the crown of his helmet. Everything that's been outlawed in the game. Now, I'm going to tell you, there's plenty of other shots of him doing things just like that. That's not football.
Or twisting guys' ankles after tackles. He is the single most dangerous, forget dirty, most dangerous player in the league. And it's not about guys get annoyed with cross sports, Draymond Green, but you love it. It's not like that. And it is the type of thing that what he did to Antonio Brown could have killed it.
Okay, but he's still playing because coach after coach and team after team and the league, for some reason, keep giving him chance after chance. Why not do something that really, really penalizes him? Take him out of the game. John Gruden seems to be okay with that culture in Oakland, which is mind-boggling to me.
Well, it's not league after league, because the league has fined him every time the fine doubles. It's suspension and fines. He's missed more than $4 million. So it lets you know he don't care about the money. So the league is doing what the league can do. This is about someone being familiar. Paul Gunther, the defensive coordinator, was the defensive coordinator in Cincinnati when he had success. And he believes him to be one of the elite linebackers because when he is playing, he is a top 20, top 25 linebacker. He's a liability in pass coverage, so that's another reason why he can't play for me. But coaches believe in players and giving them chances. It's not the league's responsibility. The league is doing what they have done. They've taught the players, they've fined the players, and they've taken the player off the field.
Part of being a pro football player is a requisite level of toughness and a requisite level of violence you have to be willing to withstand. That is part of what differentiates guys that can't make it, guys that do, and the goods from the greats and the greats from the Hall of Famers. It should not be I have to worry every single play if this guy is going to cheap shot me to where I could not wake up or not play again.
Let me tell you what it takes. It takes damn courage to play in the league. That's what it takes. It doesn't take courage to have a guy running on the blind side and he's not looking and you take a cheap shot on him. It's like being in a club and you sucker punch a guy in the ear and you say, oh, I'm tough. No. If you're tough, you'll face people up and play the game the way the game is meant to be played. So he shouldn't be playing. And if I had control of things, he wouldn't be able to play on the team that I'm able to play on, or the team would have to make a decision today. Which one of us do y'all want the most? Because I wouldn't be able to be in the same locker room with them because I'd have problems with them.
All right, we'll take a break. Much more First Things First right after this.
As the madness continues, Lock It In is live from the MGM Grand in Vegas.